I remember Jared at the birthday parties that we used to go to with our cousin, or at our cousin's house. And Jared was always just this little turd. He was always just running around everywhere. And I remember we went out on the trampoline and he was jumping high and I was going everywhere and I was getting so mad at him. And I mean, we were, I don't know, 10, 12.
She was taller and prettier than me then, and I hadn't matured quite yet. And so that was the first time I actually noticed her. I remember she was sliding in the kitchen in her bare socks, and then we went on the trampoline.
We spent a lot of our relationship over the phone and, talking on MSN or whatever it was back then. And I think, we talked and found out a lot about each other, but there's a lot of just, eating dinner together when we had the chance and being with our families and that kind of thing. And I remember, it was the first fair that we went to, and we were with all our friends and, holding hands, and we were just so happy and just kind of got better after that. So.
Okay. Well, about last May, it was the end of my junior year in college, we started talking a lot about, what happens this year. And so obviously wedding came up and marriage and all that stuff. And so about May, June, I started really thinking about, proposing in the ring. And so I was always looking on the internet when I had the chance. And I went to a couple of places. And I finally got enough gumption in about the end of July. And I went in and found the one I liked and picked it out all from scratch. I wanted to pick it out myself, and I picked out like the loose diamond in the ring, the band separately. Still went, and we walked on the lake a little bit, and I told her we're gonna go to Valentino's, which is one of her favorite places, and then I opened the trunk and so then we went and had a picnic. We found a table. It was pretty busy. Like there was a bunch of softball teams or volleyball teams, a bunch of kids everywhere. So we found a table off kind of to the side, and we ate, and it was good. And sitting there after we ate, I got down and knelt and proposed, and she said yes, and we sat there and talked forever, and then she called everyone she knew. And
Labor Day, he tells me, we're going to go out to Holmes Lake. I was like, okay, we go for a walk all the time. But then he tells me to dress up a little bit. And so I was a little confused why. We went for a walk, and it wasn't very nice at all. It was pretty windy, and I was pretty cold. And so we were getting ready to get in the car, and all of a sudden he stops, and he opens the trunk before we were getting in. And he had a picnic there for me, or, our lunch was in a lunchbox. And I kind of looked at him, and I was, shocked, but then I was kind of mad because I was really hungry for Valentino's, and then we didn't get to go to Valentino's. So we went and had a picnic, and Jared acted like he didn't even know me. He acted like, everything was so awkward and wasn't comfortable talking to me, and I knew that something was going on. You were just acting so weird. And we kind of turned around on the picnic table, and like Jared said, there were people everywhere. So I think, finding that right moment for him was probably a struggle. And I had his fleece on, and he tells me to open his pocket. And at that point I knew. I just knew for sure, and I'm like, no, I can't do this. And so then he got down on one knee and just kind of reached in the pocket and grabbed the ring, and then he opened it up, and I was just in shock. After, what had gone on that day and stuff, I had a pretty good idea, but then it's like when that ring was there in front of me, I didn't even know how to react. Like it was just all such a blur to me. And then
yeah, we're going to Cancun, Playa del Carmen. I've never flown before, so that's going to be an adventure for me flying. We'll leave Monday morning and then get back Saturday, so 5 full days we'll be there.
I went twins.
2, 4 absolutely matched. She had little training babies in high school. And I don't remember what she named them, but I think Kylie was the one I liked. I think for the most part we're both ready to be done with college and move to the next part of our life, which includes probably marriage and building the new house. So I'll be moving into there and just getting to do things that we want to do where we were restricted because of living apart or school, homework, or stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited for that part, just having time to do things that we really haven't had a chance to do in a long time. And then
I guess I'm just ready to, be with Jared every day. I mean, we went to 2 different high schools, and so, and then I was a senior when Jared was a freshman in college, and so we were apart for that year too while he went to UNL, and so we've, had a lot of our relationship where we've been long distance, and so I'm just so ready to, wake up to each other and just always be around, and, I mean, we love to talk and we love to go to walks together, or